Hello and welcome to another episode of Mitsubishi Mastered. In today's episode, we're going to continue the MX controller series, and we're going to look at different ways that we can take the programming software GX Works3 and communicate to the new MX PAC controller. And there's a couple ways we could do this. The first one would be pretty basic. We take port 3, that's the standard Ethernet port, shown here in blue, and we just match the IP address network range. So for example, the port on the PLC or PAC is 192.168.3.39. And then on the PC side, 192.168.3.166. And this is fine, this works. But if we look at the TSN portion, so the top two ports, P1 and P2, those are always going to be a different subnet, different IP address range, subnet, different network basically. And for that, you can see 192.168.4 instead of the .3s, it's .4.253, and that's communicating with the servo amplifier .4.1. And a lot of times it would be convenient to have your programming software be able to talk to the PLC and the servo amplifier. So what we're going to look at today is how to get the correct settings to make that happen. So instead of this configuration, we're going to look at this configuration where it's still going to be Ethernet. We're going to come in here on port 2. We're going to change our IP address on our PC to .4.166 instead of .3. We're going to make sure that we have a network station number for our PC, and then we'll have successful connection. Now, we could have done this on the other side. So you look over here on the right, and we have the PC coming in on the second port of the servo amplifier. It would be identical settings. It doesn't matter. It's just easier for my configuration to just go ahead and use this second port on the MX controller. The key point is that you can't put the PC in between the CC-Linke IE TSN devices. It has to be end of line per se. So at the end of the servos or the end of VFDs or end of remote IO, or on the second port like we're doing, which is basically at the end of the line in the other direction. So with that said, let's open up GX Works3 and look at what we need to do. Go to connection destination. We have the current Ethernet connection, Ethernet board 192.168.3.39. This will not work right now because my PC is actually set to the .4, and we'll just check that. So we'll ping .4.166, and that's what my PC is set up for. So I'm on a different subnet. So when I do connection test, it's going to sit here in timeout. So it timed out. So what I need to do, I'm going to go ahead and change my connection here to port 2. So physically move that Ethernet port over. And now let's go ahead and make some changes here. But I'll leave that, and I'll add another connection destination. I'll call it Ethernet via TSN, for example. And we'll make this be the default one. So say yes. Now let's see what kind of settings we have here. We still want Ethernet. We still want Ethernet on the PC, so we select Ethernet. We want network 4, so we're going to match up with the TSN network. And we just need an arbitrary station, something that's not used, and I think I chose 20. So we'll do that. And I know I'm talking on my Realtek adapter, so you can see 4.166. Perfect. TCP, that will work. We say OK. And now we need to select the PLC information. So we're going to actually select this one here, which is CC-IE TSN or field module. So we don't, with the MX controller, we don't actually have a separate module. It's built in. So this is maybe a little bit confusing at first to read this. It's kind of a legacy icon and legacy comment text, but that's the one we need. So we'll double click on it. And again, this is kind of legacy because it's saying RJ71GN11 or the RD78G. This is the standalone TSN module, the GN11, and the standalone motion module, TSN motion module, the RD78G. And again, we don't have that module. It's built into the MX controller. For here, I don't think it would discover. I'll try it, see if it discovers the IP. Oh, it did. Awesome. So it discovered 192.168.4.253. Double click that, it puts it there. And I think we're good there. So we'll say OK. Now, the only other thing we need to do is we need to say other station because we're not connecting directly to the CPU part, to the Ethernet board. We're connecting through the TSN, which is kind of a simulated IE TSN network, a module, right? Because that's what we selected up here. In doing that, then it opens up this setting. Actually, sorry, one more. I'm gonna come back in here. I don't like 30-second timeout. I'm gonna change it to 3. I don't like waiting that long if we don't have success. And then it automatically selected here, so we can double click on this and we say access to TSN field module set on the PLC side interface. That's what we want. Network 4, station 0. That looks good. Fingers crossed. Connection test. Ah, yes, success. So that's all we needed. The key points here are to make sure that your PC side matches your network, given an arbitrary station. Make sure you're selecting IE field or ITSN module here. Network 4, station 0, 0. No, a station number of 0 is always the master module, that's what we have. It's going to show up as a GN11 or 78G. The actual IP address is 4.253 or whatever you've selected. In my project, it was 4.253. Other station, change your timeout so you don't have to wait so long. And then IE TSN with matching up to the 4.0 on the PC side. We'll do it again, connection test, great. We'll save this and we'll go online. And we can open up a watch window and just change some information here. D1000, I don't think I'm using that in the program. Put a value of 4000 and that accepted that. So we know we're good. So that's it. That's all you need to get connected so that your PC GX Works3 is on the same IP subnet as your motion card or internal motion card and your servo axes so that you can talk to everything if you would need to. Hope that was helpful. Have a great day. And that concludes the video. Thanks again for watching another episode of Mitsubishi Electric Automation Mastered, where we show how quick and easy it is to become a master of Mitsubishi Electric industrial controls. Thanks and have a great day.